Welcome to Daily Development, your guide to unlocking your true potential. In this channel, we delve into the fascinating world of human behavior, wealth creation, and personal development. If you enjoy this type of content, consider subscribing. In today's video, we will share with you 10 traits of a genuinely arrogant person. Arrogance, a trait that can be both fascinating and repelling, is characterized by an excessive belief in one's own superiority. Arrogant people are the worst. In a world where confidence is often admired, there exists a thin line between self-assurance and arrogance. It is often accompanied by a disregard for others' opinions and an inflated sense of self-importance. So, what are the key characteristics that define a genuinely arrogant person? Join us on this journey as we uncover the telltale signs that distinguish confidence from conceit. 1. They aren't open to other people's ideas. Arrogant people often have a hard time being open to what others bring to the table. They have a blindfold over their eyes that makes them ignore or brush off any ideas or perspectives that don't match their own. In business, this kind of closed-minded attitude is a real killjoy for the team's ability to come up with creative solutions and solve problems effectively. Plus, in their personal life, they're shutting the door on potential opportunities for growth and learning just because they can't see beyond their own nose. 2. They always think they're right, even when they aren't. Genuinely arrogant people also believe they've got all the right answers, even when they're clearly off track. They've got an unshakable confidence in their own insight that drives everyone else up the wall because it's like trying to have a reasonable conversation with a brick wall. You end up feeling like your views and opinions don't matter at all, and it's tough to get anything done when there's no room for other ideas. 3. They couldn't care less about how others feel. Dealing with an arrogant friend, colleague, or family member is like dealing with drivers who cut you off in traffic without even a wave of apology. They're just not tuned in to how their actions affect others. Their empathy dial is set to 0, which often means they don't notice or care when a friend's had a tough day, or when a coworker is going through a rough patch. Because of this, they often say things that hurt without even realizing it. Or they completely ignore someone's feelings when making decisions, leaving them feeling undervalued or unimportant. 4. It's always about them, instead of considering others. Think about that friend who can never seem to let you finish a story, because they're too eager to jump in with their own experiences. Arrogant people are often so focused on talking about themselves that they forget to give others a chance to share their stuff and stories. It's like they have a script in their head, and they're the star of the show, not realizing that it takes an ensemble to make a great performance. In their eyes, they're Jerry Seinfeld, Michael Scott, and all 6 characters of the Friends. 5. They aren't willing to admit when they're wrong. Another thing arrogant people have a tough time with is owning up to their mistakes. They act as if admitting a mistake is as painful as pulling teeth. Well, this often means they miss out on chances to learn and improve themselves. Plus, it puts a real strain on their connections with others. They're quick to point fingers or come up with excuses but rarely own up to their slip-ups. They're stuck in this cycle of not wanting to look less than perfect, even though we all slip up from time to time. 6. They often belittle or put others down. Many arrogant people love making others feel small or less important. They're condescending and don't hesitate to criticize or mock people. Imagine you're trying to share an idea or just being yourself, and there's that one person who can't resist putting you down. It stings, right? This doesn't just hurt your feelings, it can really mess with your self-esteem. Over time, it can damage relationships because who wants to be around someone who's always making them feel inadequate? So yeah, arrogance isn't just about a puffed-up ego. It's about how it can make people feel small and unimportant. 7. They can't take constructive criticism. They struggled with taking in feedback and constructive criticism. Anything less than stellar feels like a personal attack on them. Instead of seeing it as an opportunity to grow, they will got defensive or simply brushed it off. This is similar to trying to help someone fix a leaky roof, and they respond with, "I don't need your advice. My roof is just fine." Yup, it's that bad. In reality, feedback is like a toolbox for self-improvement. It's having a friend point out to you that you've got a piece of spinach stuck in your teeth before you go into an important meeting. If you, as an arrogant person, love living with a leaky roof and spinach between your teeth, so be it. 8. They're dismissive of others' achievements. Instead of celebrating the achievements of others, arrogant people love downplaying them or failing to acknowledge them at all. This can really get under people's skin and make them feel like their hard work is going unnoticed. They can't stand the idea of someone else shining in the spotlight, so they do everything they can to dim it. They're afraid that accepting your triumphs will somehow take away from their own. But you know what they say? A little celebration for others doesn't diminish your own achievements. 9. They often brag about their accomplishments. Arrogant folks have this habit of constantly tooting their own horn. You know the type. They can't help but brag about all the things they've done. They're in a never-ending competition with themselves to see who can talk about their achievements the most. And honestly, it can get pretty old. They make it seem like they're the superhero in their own life story, and everyone else is just a sidekick. It can leave you questioning your own worth and contribution, like you're somehow undervalued in the grand scheme of things. So yeah, dealing with a constant brag fest can be quite a challenge. 10. They use condescending language instead of being respectful. And lastly, arrogance is often accompanied by condescending or disrespectful language, which can easily damage relationships and erode trust. Arrogant people love speaking in a way that makes others feel small or unimportant. Instead of being polite and considerate, they come across as if they're talking down to you. This kind of talk can really hurt your connections with them and make it hard to trust them. They think they're better than everyone, so they don't have to treat them with respect. Ultimately, arrogance alienates people. The traits listed in this video regularly culminate in strained relationships, lack of teamwork, and a negative impact on personal and professional success. If you believe others think you're too arrogant, try actively listening to people. Accept their feedback and recognize that you don't have all the answers. These are just some simple steps toward being more humble and open-minded. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video and want to continue exploring the vast realm of human behavior and personal development, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. And until next time, stay curious, keep growing, and never stop believing in yourself.